Whenever I go to London, one of my favorite things is taking the tube, the underground system. And I always love hearing as the train approaches, mind the gap. I even bought a t shirt that says mind the gap. But just as mind the gap can help you and stop you from having your foot go between the train and the platform, mind the gap can also help you do something else when it comes to your mental health. What is it? Well, let's find out. My name is Brad. I am your life and mental health coach. Welcome to today's Daily Bread. There's a quote from Viktor Frankl that I just heard that I absolutely love, and it goes like this: between stimulus and response, there's a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and freedom. What he's talking about is that gap, right? The gap between the stimulus and how we respond. Neuroanatomist Jill Botany Taylor describes this as the 90-second rule, right? You have 90 seconds in between something happening to you and how you're going to respond. And she calls it our response ability. In other words, that we have the ability to choose how we will respond in that moment, right? Somebody cuts you off in traffic, right, and almost causes you to get in an accident. All of a sudden, we have this stimulus that's going, right? We have this survival mode and all these chemicals that are being released into our brain. Now, did you know that it takes 90 seconds for those chemicals to come back down? So you have a gap. You have that ability within that time frame to choose how you are going to respond. If you continue, all right, to feed that stimulus and feed those chemicals by reacting with anger and aggression, all right, you may say something or you may do something that you regret. But if you allow yourself to take some breaths, if you allow yourself to walk away from a situation and to come back, all right, you have that ability to let that time pass and let those chemicals come back down, all right, so that you can respond better. This isn't about subverting our emotions. Okay, it's not about subverting our emotions. This is about buying time so that we can be more intentional about our responses. Okay, so today I want you to mind the gap. Well, that's all that I have for today. Again, as always, please, if you have the opportunity, head over and check out my podcast, Rise and Start, the Rise and Start podcast. It has many more messages on there. I release one a week. They're a little bit longer, but still only about 14 to 15 minutes. All right, I don't want to take a whole lot of your time. I'd feel honored if you would subscribe and that you would give it a listen. You can get it anywhere that you find podcasts. That is on Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify. All right, and I will see you on the next Daily Bread. Take care, everyone.